We are at mile 11 and a half, and it's a fair way home from here and complete the half marathon. But I mean, let's face it, if I was to do anything but run home and complete the half marathon, well, I'd just be a giant pussy, wouldn't I? Manly, testosterone, ego.
Good morning, peasants, indentured servants, and slaves. It is St. George's Day, and on today, I am going to do the thing that I'm starting to really love, which is do some Strava art and draw something within the land of London where I live, and a little thing of St. George. How to do it? I could do his flag. It's hard to find the squares, but I could do a dragon, could do many things. So, what I did was I started looking up some things about St. George, who I already knew was the patron saint of a couple of countries, but if you break that down a little bit more, it gets even more interesting. So never mind the countries, if you go to the districts and if you go to the cities, wait until you see the amount of places that St. George is the patron saint of. So, countries, Saint, obviously Georgia, that makes sense. England, Ethiopia. Okay, now, if you extend it to cities within and regions, you got Iberia in Spain, Catalonia, Aragon, Valencia, Portugal, Brazil, Russia, Bulgaria, Serbia, Montenegro, Germany, Greece. Apparently he is Greek, half from Palestine. Who knew? Lithuania, Malta, State of Palestine, Russia, Romania, South Africa, Argentina, and Turkey. So St. George, rather popular figure, and I compared that to our own fabled patron saint of Paddy, and the only place that St. Patrick is also the patron saint of is Nigeria, which, if you think about it for a second, what's one of the connections that Ireland and Nigeria have in common? It is pints of Guinness are brewed there, so no surprise that St. Patrick is the patron saint of Nigeria as well. Go on the lads. And now that we're bringing Ireland into the mix when we're talking about facts, there's one more very important fact when we're thinking about connections with St. George. So St. George's Day is April 23rd, and what's significant about April 23rd in Irish history? Let me think. The fucking rise and gone the boys!
So there's the St. George's flag, which isn't going to be too difficult at all. Then the connecting road brings us up to the far more important thing, which is to celebrate the Easter rising, and there is a harp. Now those red lines are going to be quite difficult because I've got to do them as the crow flies. There's only one road that I get to stick to, which is that top right hand side one, and a little bit of this one. Everything else I'm gonna have to get a compass and go right across, and yeah, it's not gonna be easy to stick in line with that. But then again, holding the GPO for that long probably wasn't the easiest thing in the world either. Right, so the last time we did the Strava art, it was a bit more work than it's going to take today. Today is about 18 kilometers as opposed to the nearly 18 miles. So a lot less gear, and I'm not bringing the dog. It's just me, solo mission. No navigator for this cunt, because he's an English scumbag and today means too much for him. Fuck you, up there, etc. Hardest part of any challenge is the feet that go out the door. Your first steps out the door. And mine are tricky because I know she's going to try and go for it. Run away before she starts crying. I'm a terrible father. We are off. One thing that is going to be a little bit of a stick in the mud. It's Friday night, and 3:30. There's going to be a lot of people out on that common having their well-earned after-drink pints. Getting around them might be an issue. Another thing that is going to be a fair bit, there's a fenced-off part of Clapham where I think they're reconstructing something. Normally when they have that there, it's for music festival, all full of Kiwis. That might just completely block out one of the lines for the harp, pint of harp.
that we need to take care of. But sure, we'll cross those bridges when we come to them. We're here and the drawing, the art has begun. We're at the bottom corner of that common, and I know it's not 5 o'clock yet, but that looks pretty good for how busy it is. Obviously, people who are working from home will finish up, most people finish up in around 5, and I'd say this place will be full to the brim when that comes around, but hopefully we can get the harp finished within an hour. Cancer depends on it, no curing it without getting a harp. It's just science. Okay, and here's the fence I was talking about, and it goes around a long way. I have no idea how I'm going to be able to cover that. Right, so the frame is done. Now it's the time has started to do the wires, which I don't know how I'm going to do with that big blockage that's there, but it is fucking hot. So I'm going to go without my patriotic fuck you St. fucking Andrew's Day. Fuck you St. George's Day. And I'm just going to look like a plain man, just a working man with brain cancer. He's going to break world records, plural. Right, I think I have the plan. So it's not perfect, but if I go directly at the fence and then pause the apps, the Strava app, then go to the other side as close to that point as I can, fingers crossed, it'll try to connect what it's missing. If not, there'll be one string with a break in it, and I guess everyone will just have to cry. Right, so I've tested that out, and luckily it did work. It connected the dots, so that's the first problem sorted out. Everything else is going smooth. This is the ending of the harp, and now we crawl back up around. I think I'm gonna stick me vest on now because it's getting a little bit chilly, and I look like a dickhead because I stand out as the only person with his top off, and I don't want to be one of those guys, especially because I'm not an unbelievable Nick. I'm not the sexiest man that's ever walked, therefore I have no business walking around a park like a dickhead. Oh, fuck me. This is an unpleasant end. The middle part of the St. George's Cross is a fucking valley. That'll show you. There you go. The steps that it goes up might not look like much, but when you're 10 miles in, you start to notice it a smidge more. Just a smidge more. Irish harp emblem, complete. Horrible British flag, complete. Now, we are at mile 11 and a half. So, been a long old stint, and it's a fair way home from here. But, I mean, let's face it, if I was to do anything but run home and lead the half marathon, well, I'd just be a giant pussy, wouldn't I? And there's no point in starting being a pussy now if I've gone the last few years being super hard and tough and manly and be the conqueror of the world and etc, manly, testosterone, ego. So yeah, I think the next time we'll be clocking in is when I'm going through the fable gates of Valhalla, of my gaff, and the fucking cracking of a bottle of beer. It'll blow your fucking mind. Right, this is my road, and fuck me, my legs are in bits, but half marathon is a half marathon, and even though I had to stop loads, not just to, you know, take the camera out or check the map or do all that sort of thing, but lack of endurance in the pins. So yeah, many refreshing beverages that cause the brain to make some silly decisions are en route, no doubt. The lads in the GPO know nothing of naval bombardment.
This is bombardment.
Fuck. Okay, that's enough. Like and subscribe, give money to my cause, go fuck yourself. That is the salt that has built up from all the sweat from what a half marathon to do Strava art costs. And now I'm going to enjoy this for about 6 hours, I'd say.